Hey YouTubers, Rooster here. I'm in the office today and we're going to do something that I wanted to do. This will be the first time doing it, so we'll see how it goes. But I wanted to do a book review. I just finished reading a book called Courage Beyond the Game by Dent. Just happened to see this movie on Netflix a few weeks ago and it was a good movie. So I wanted to get the book and read the book and see what it was all about. And let me tell you, the book is a lot better than the movie. Even though the movie was good too, the book's a lot better. So we're going to review this book here a little bit. Maybe it might pique your interest to go out and get it. It's an old book, it's copyrighted in 2011. And it's all about Freddie Steinmark making the University of Texas football team and playing in a national championship. Well, you say, that's another big deal. What's so special about it? Well, Freddie Steinmark was an overachiever and he was small for a football player. When he started for the Longhorns, he only weighed 160 pounds. But let's, before we get too far into the book, let's just read a couple of things, what other people have to say about it. One reviewer wrote, Jim Dent will bring tears to your eyes and Steinmark's example will make you want to be a better person. Jim Dent doesn't oversell this inspirational story in the Brian Song mold. Now, if you remember back in the 70s, there was a movie called Brian Song about Brian Piccolo. And actually, that movie came out, I wrote a note down here, I think it was 1970. And it was about the same time Freddie was diagnosed with cancer. Yeah, that's kind of what the book's all about. Freddie's a football player, and in the middle of his season, he starts developing pain in his leg. After the season, he is diagnosed with cancer. So that's the premise of the whole book and what transpires up to that point and then even afterwards too. Jim Dent once again proves his mastery of the way football felt and sounded in the days of Texas and the Southwest Conference. His inspirational portrait of Freddie Steinmark takes us back to a purer time. If you hate the way college football is going now, this book will take you back to the way it used to be, and in my opinion, a much better way than it is now. But anyway, going through the book, you'll find out the story of Freddie. Starts in his high school football days and goes all the way up through his junior and senior year at Texas. Jim Dent is able to include tidbits and information about little things that really don't pertain to the book, but it pertains to the time and era of those days. And a couple of those things that you may or may not realize is during that time, on July 21st, 1969, is when Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. And that's the same year that we're talking about here that Texas played Arkansas and Notre Dame for the national championship. Also, in 1970, that's the year that Love Story was at the movie theaters. And he brings out in, I don't know how, some way he does it. I don't know what he's talking about at the time, but in 1939, The Wizard of Oz was had come out. That she just throws that in there somehow. 1969 was also the year that Woodstock took place. And for those in the East Coast and in the Southwest, they also might remember that's when Hurricane Camille came through. And since I'm from Virginia, I know a lot about Hurricane Camille because it devastated Livingston County and killed a lot of people. And even a lot of the bodies still never were found after that hurricane came through. But that also occurred in 69. So 69 was a monumental year sports-wise and worldwide. Another piece of information I meant to tell you that I left out is when Texas played Notre Dame for the national championship, Joe Theismann was on the Notre Dame team as the quarterback. Texas had to come back from behind to beat Notre Dame in that national championship game, 21-17. Darrell Royal had these words to say about Freddie Steinmark. He had that smile and those bright eyes, and he just made you feel good about things. He picked up my whole day for me a lot of times. Do you remember back in 1969, Noxzema had a shaving cream commercial out on TV that had Joe Namath in it, and there was a lady putting shave cream on Joe Namath's face. Do you remember who that lady was? When they started talking about it in the book, I had no idea who the lady was. But once they told me who it was, I went back and realized that is the lady. You can find that commercial on YouTube, by the way. But that lady was Farrah Fawcett, 1969. 1976 is when she had her famous poster come out. So that was a little bit of information that Jim Dent throws in there that I thought was fascinating. One sidebar to this whole book is the relationship between Freddie and his girlfriend, Linda Wheeler. They met in high school. They both went to the University of Texas together. And it's interesting the way that relationship develops and what it goes through all of this. And I think you'll find that very interesting to read also. So like I said, this is an older book, and maybe a lot of you guys will even remember these games that I'm talking about. But if not, pick up the book and give it a try and see what you think and let me know. All right? So this is Rooster. Hope you guys are doing well. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.